Tennis was a big part of my high school career just because all 4 years I played. I was on varsity for my freshman year, which was really cool to do, yeah. My dad introduced me to tennis when I was like 8 or 9. Dear Coach Wester, thank you for all the life that you have put into coaching and into me. You've truly sacrificed time and energy for yourself and your family to pour into the lives of the tennis team. As I reflect on the past 4 years of high school tennis, I am filled with gratitude for your guidance and support. As I prepare to embark on the next chapter of my life, I want to express my deepest appreciation for all that you've done for me. Your guidance, support, and friendship have made my high school experience truly wonderful, and I will carry the lessons I've learned from you with me always. Thank you, Coach, for your dedication, your wisdom, and your unwavering belief in me. With gratitude, Will Dunson.
So I'd say my favorite hobby would be baking, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like eating it myself, but my favorite thing is to give it to people that I care about and I know are going through tough times, especially families. And I just love to give back and let people know that I appreciate them and what they do. So I just feel like that's one of my favorite things to do. Dear Dad, I am writing this letter to express why I consider you to be the most significant influence in my life. Even though you're not actually my teacher at school, you're the most important teacher to me in life. You have played a pivotal role in shaping my perspectives and guiding my decisions in life. You put your family and people you care about before your own personal needs. In the broken world we live in, you are a perfect example of what people should strive to be like. Through your wisdom and guidance, I have gained valuable insights that have helped me navigate various challenges and opportunities. You have always been there to support me and encourage me along my journey. I look forward to our future together, and there is no doubt you will always be my main source of inspiration. Love, Chicken.
I want to become a doctor. My dad's a doctor. My whole family's kind of in the medical field, and I really enjoy that aspect of science, and I just want to help people out. Okay. Dear Coach Daly, you're the one teacher who's broken the mold. The first days we entered your classroom, we were told to question each piece of information either you or someone else threw at us with the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. With this advice, I now follow your steps in hearing that if the sky is blue, I would go and check to make sure it wasn't green. You let us be creative in our work while making sure we could develop a deep understanding of what it all was. Because of this, I now believe I have a deeper understanding of Napoleon, the French Revolution, and the Cold War than most 18-year-olds do. Thank you for making me a massive history nerd. Overall, thank you for your guidance regarding my academics and growth as an individual. You're my favorite grump. Thanks for everything, Kira Murray.
Deep down, I just really love music, and all of these experiences I've had, I went to Interlochen, which is an arts camp in Michigan, for 6 weeks in the last 2 summers, and just going there and being surrounded by people who care about music just as much as I do, it's really inspiring, and it pushes me to keep going. Coach Wyatt. Surprise! You're my most influential teacher. I remember asking you one day during lunch, albeit somewhat sarcastically, what you'd do if I picked you as my teacher, and you practically begged not to be, so I hope this is not too much of a bother or disappointment. But you're just suffering from success, really. As a gross oversimplification, this was a very tough year for me, and I auditioned for some of the most competitive music schools in the country and almost killed myself preparing for them. However, a few months into the year, I shocked myself by realizing that I actually looked forward to going to your class, which was a new experience. Normally school was just not something I look forward to, you know? So your class was my favorite. I really enjoy the way you taught us, simultaneously jam-packing us with knowledge while humoring our questions and silly jokes. Your classes have inspired me to become more in the loop with political and economic news, and I feel like you helped me fundamentally understand politics and society in a way I never had before. So, at the end of the day, thank you so much for existing and for the effort and passion you put into teaching your class. Thank you for being you, Edie Flunker.
Okay, so I actually want to be a neonatal surgeon. That's my goal and dream. And so that is doing surgery on newborns and also in utero babies. Because my sister was a preemie, and so she had a lot of neonatal care when she was first born, and she doesn't even remember that, but she wouldn't be here without that care. And so it's as amazing as she is and all the things that she's accomplished, they needed a neonatal doctor. Dear Mr. Gauze, first of all, I want to preface this by saying that no words can truly describe the impact that you have had on my life. There was a time where the first words directly spoken to me of each day were, "What's new, what's good?" Whenever I would beg for my mom to let me go home so that I didn't have to be at school anymore, senioritis is hard, I would remember that I didn't have you until my last period of the day, and I would stay for at least that long so that I could sit in your class and receive joy just from being around you. You have taught me so much, written countless recommendation letters, and been a mentor figure for me for the past 2 years that I will forever be grateful for and remember. Thank you, Mr. Gauze, for being you and helping me to be me. Sincerely, Zara Ilston.
I've been dancing since I was 3, and growing up in the district, I would attend the varsity football games, and I always looked up to the dance team here. Pure Gold was my dream from day one, and I knew since it was my dream, I just wanted to be able to do whatever I could to support and further that organization. And I figured if I could be a role model like so many of the Pure Gold girls before me were, then that was my main goal. To Miss Kirkendall-Smith, they told me to write about the impact of my chosen teacher. It's a simple enough prompt, though I have a few qualms about it. Impact, by definition, is a verb of singularity. It suggests an effect from which you can pinpoint the origin. As I sat down contemplating what to write, there were so many instances of impact that I failed to choose just one. It would be quite the understatement and honestly a disservice to say you are simply a good teacher. Yes, your teaching style is engaging and inspiring and nothing shy of impeccable, which is why your AP US History class will always be one of my favorites. But it's the qualities that extend beyond teaching style that come to mind when the word impact is mentioned. In fact, from the first day of my junior year, every single interaction with you has been impactful. You have been a steady presence during my time at Boswell, and I cannot thank you enough for encouraging me and ensuring my head remains screwed on straight. You, in your entirety, embody the word impactful. Thank you for everything, Lillian Strouch.
I really want to work at Lockheed because my grandma worked there, and so does my cousin, and so does her fiance. So I've always been interested in working at Lockheed, and I've always had a really big interest in like Legos and building things like that, and I've always loved math. So I thought, what better way to do that than to go into aerospace. Dear Mr. Mitchell, I can't even begin to say how grateful I am to have been given the opportunity to be welcomed into your classroom all 4 years of my high school career. You've been an extreme light in my life, and I have never experienced a teacher like you. In times of need and distress, I knew I could come into your classroom and not be judged or worried about what was being thought of me. You've been a true guide for me throughout my 4 years at Boswell and have taught me how to show kindness to everyone around me. I am so grateful to have been able to pick you as my teacher and to have had the opportunity to be a part of your classes every year of high school. Thank you for being a light not only to me, but every other student at Boswell. Your unbreakable positivity and kindness does not go unnoticed. Sincerely, Kendall Suarez.
So I really want to go into research. I'm hoping to research genetic diseases and mutations to kind of find ways to help with treatment and also just so that people will have easier lives. So kind of not always treatment, but just ways to deal with symptoms that can come from genetic diseases and disorders. Dear Miss Michelle, we were supposed to pick our most influential teacher, and while you haven't taught me in a typical school setting, you have taught me so many valuable lessons. You have taught me to be confident in all my abilities. You have taught me how to work and get along with others, even if they may annoy me. You have taught me so much, I can't list them all. You've even taught me how to skip rocks. In the school setting, I've also always had your support, whether it be a letter of recommendation I need or just someone to listen as I rant about school stress. There are so many things to thank you for, I can't put them all into words. So I'll just end the letter here with a final thank you, Michelle, from Bree Kilgore.
The main thing I've been involved in at school is drumline, and it's such a great experience. I love it's like a second family to me, being a part of drumline. And it gave me so many opportunities, leadership roles, and it just was really exciting, so yeah. Dear Ms. Smith, on the first day of school this year, I walked into your classroom saying round 2, marking the start of the second time I had the privilege of having you as a teacher. It is rare to get the chance of being taught by the same teacher for 2 separate years. It is even rare to have that teacher be one you enjoyed having so much. I would be lying to you if I said English was my favorite subject. I think this year has proved that more than anything. However, there is not a single day, both freshman year and senior year, that I did not look forward to going to your class. I will be forever grateful for what I have learned and experienced in your classroom throughout the years. And I hope that my grammar in this letter does not make people think you weren't that impactful. Thank you so much for the laughter, the learning, and the life lessons. Thank you for being a wonderful teacher, and even more, a wonderful human being. Sincerely, Max Rain.
I just don't like staying stagnant. I want to just keep pushing forward and like building up momentum through my life. And I know that's what would make my mom and my dad proud. So I can't just let myself let them down, you know what I mean? Dear Miss Brown, thank you so much for your wonderful influence in my art education. Being in your class has taught me valuable lessons in not only advancing art techniques, but also in creating meaningful pieces and persevering through the toughest art blocks. The growth I have experienced under your teachings and guidance has been exponential. Thank you so much for pushing me into another level of artistic understanding, and thank you so much for your unwavering dedication in guiding me through my art journey. I truly could not have done it without you. Sincerely, Naima.